Hi Jane, I know you need to move your photos from the phone to your device to use this app. So I am showing you how to do that. I tapped on the first photo and I'm going to be tapping several more photos and then just emailing them to myself. I didn't know if you were going to, if you had it already set up so you could save to OneDrive or Google Drive from your phone. So like I said, I'm just going to email it to myself, make it super easy this way. And I'm going to make a show for my brother and his new grandson, my new great nephew. So tap on mail once I've got him tapped and enter my district email. I don't need a subject or anything. I'm just going to choose that and send them. I'm going to send them as large, I guess, or even medium size. They don't need to be huge. And then when it sends, which I'll show you in the next video, I'm just going to download them onto my device and use the Photos app. Okay, so here I am on my device. Here's my email to myself, and the photos pop open, and they're super cute. I'm going to right-click on each one of these and save it to a folder that I make, just in case I need to make them even easier to find. So right-click, save image as, and then save to a folder I'm going to create right up here in pictures. So it's important to save them into pictures one way or another, whether you make a folder or not, because that's where the Photos app is going to look for photos for you to use. So don't save them on your desktop. Okay, so I'm just making a new folder. I'm going to call it Show for Jerry, something like that. And again, it's not imperative that I put them in a folder necessarily, but like I said, I try to have a belt and suspenders when I'm doing stuff about, trying to be organized. Anyway, right click, save image as, make sure it's going to the same place. Yep, pictures, Show for Jerry folder, and save that. So I'll go through and save each of these. And then what's really cool is that you're done with the hardest part. Isn't that cute, baby? Sorry it's taking so long. He looks exactly like his dad, by the way. It would be so cool if his daddy would shave his head and they would look exactly the same. I'm still here. Anyway, okay, so I think this is the second to last one. Okay, so now I'm going to open up the Photos app. And so down here in the lowest left corner, I'm going to tap on the Windows symbol and then scroll through everything that's there. This is Windows 10, and tap on Photos. And when I tap on Photos, it's going to open up. Usually it opens up to the most recently downloaded stuff in the Pictures gallery. But if I needed to, I could go up and look in folders or albums or for people right there. So now I'm going to select the photos I want to put in the new show. And so when I click the little corner, it'll check mark them. And each one of these will be kind of automatically thrown into a little slideshow, which we will then save as a video. So I've tapped them all, click on New Video and choose New Video Project. And then it'll take a second to load them all up. It doesn't have, it'll kind of just choose what sequence it thinks that they should be put in. And you get to move them around pretty easily. So you'll do that. It'll give them a default amount of time per photo. That'll all be the same, but then you get to change that. You can add music and have the whole thing synced to the music. All right, there we go. First thing is we're going to name it. And so I'm going to call this Show for Jerry. Maybe I'll actually share it with him later. Okay. And now there is a show. Each of them is 3 seconds long, and that's perfect. But I don't like where that one is, so I'm going to move it down to the end. That's like my ending thing. And I can move these around just by click and drag. So if you wanted your kids in a certain order, or you wanted to alternate, or I'll show you how you can make a little slide and add the kid's name or something in front of or behind or on top of each of the photos. Okay, so I'm feeling pretty okay about the sequence of my stuff. Yeah, that looks good. They're all 3 seconds. But if I go up and add music, there's a couple things. I can go up to add music and I can preview it by clicking on the little arrow next to it, or I can just choose it by clicking the name. So right there, I just choose Misty Mountaintop. But if I want to listen to Misty Mountaintop, I have to hit the little arrow. Okay, right now I don't have this recording the sound from my computer, so you'll have to trust me for a few minutes. Down at the bottom, you can choose if you want really loud volume or just very quiet volume on the show itself. And right there where it says sync your video to the music's beat, that's pretty cool. I'm going to leave that on so you can see what it does, because every song has kind of a rhythm to it, and it's really cool when the pictures move to the rhythm of the song. And I like that the last one is the longest one, so I am going to keep this. I'll show you what it looks like later. Custom audio just means if you wanted to talk over the video, you would have to record an audio file somewhere else, save it on your laptop, and then bring it in where it said custom audio. And down here, there's a few other things you can do. A title card is a cool idea. So you have a beginning and end. I'm going to make a title card for mine. And in order to put the text on the title card, you don't click there and you don't click up at the top. You click where it says text. And so I can choose a font, and I can choose kind of where I want the words to be down there at the bottom of the column. You'll see. So let me just type in welcome baby Levi. His middle name is James, so we like that. And then his last name is, of course, my maiden name. And I'm going to choose a font. Let's do something kind of cute and kid-like. There it is. All right, very good. And down there I can adjust where I want the actual words to go, but I like them in the middle, so I'm done. I can also add a text card at the end, or one before each thing. I can move things around. The title cards are as easy to move around as the photos are. So on this one, I'm just going to kind of introduce the best picture at the end, choose the same font, type the text in at the top of the column, the Larson family, and then I'm done. I could put this on, I could put text on top of images if I wanted to, just by tapping the image and then choosing text. So I think that's about all I really want to do. Oh yeah, you can change colors. Nobody necessarily wants blue and yellow, unless I could change it to green or something. Or I really do like the blue though, but there are softer colors up there if you want. Again, you don't even have to use this part of it, just showing a few things that you might not notice if you don't explore. So yeah, let's see if we can actually just watch this show. Now to play the show. Cool, right? So that was pretty easy and pretty quick. And if you figured that at some point you maybe left a kid out, you can always go up here and click add and find that image that you might have missed. What else could you do? Still, move things around, add more title cards. The motion will do that kind of Ken Burns thing, which I don't think you want. You can always add 3D effects if you want to have, falling leaves or balloons or whatever. You can play around with that. I'm going to cancel that for right now. A few other little things you can add and make special. But at this point, we are done with this video. So I'm going to click on Finish Video. And I'd like to keep it high quality, but I know you want to also send this out on Remind or something. So maybe we just want medium quality, because the bigger the file, the harder it's going to be to send. So I'm going to select medium and then export. And as I export it, it's going to basically show me where it's going to go. So if you look at this thread right here, my video, when I click Save, Show for Jerry, it's going to be on this computer in my Pictures folder in another folder called Exported Videos. So I often forget to check that thread so I can find things later. I just want to make sure I pointed that out to you. All right, export, there it goes. It won't take very long. And you're all set. Now, if you use Remind from your device, from your laptop, there it is again. If you use Remind from your device, you can just open up the page on your computer, or if you want to send it via Google Classroom or email, you can do that. Just know that right now it is in this folder, and we said pictures, sorry. And then it's called exported videos. So let me see if I can find exported videos. And it was, what was it called? Show for Jerry. There it is. So right here, I could take and drag and drop this into an email that goes to all my parents. But if I want to get an actual link to it, it might be better if I drag it into my Google Drive. And or if you're going to do Google Classroom, just make sure you choose File, and you can reach in here and get it. So completely up to you. If you need a little more help, let me know. I am going to sign out for now. Have a great day.